Don't get anything in between.
I'm intrigued for 20 seconds. What could happen?
See what they stick Hanser on here, or if he's going to be the one in the top side versus Renekton. The Galio versus Renekton, you know, he just kind of tries to wave clear. Not going to be the case, though, and he'll run the Rumble. This one is definitely going to attract some jungler attention. Rumble versus Renekton, that one can swing pretty heavily. If Renekton gets early kills and can get to an early Hex Drinker, that gets very difficult for Rumble to actually stay in lane against, and then he has to look for more team fights with his Equalizer, but Svenskeren is on that Lee Sin, so a lot of early playmaking possible.
Back to the Gragas after seeing what kind of composition they'll be working with. It was an Elise hover in the first 1-2 for IMT here, but they decide dispersing the fight, breaking it up as TSM is going to be diving in would be a little bit better. 40 seconds on the clock for the coaches to discuss what will be happening with these compositions. Obviously the players know, but an extra bit of advice is always nice.
It really is, and as much as people sometimes make fun of the coaches, some of the biggest differences have been when the team goes into the game with that clear game plan as far as your early jungle route, which lane is going to push, you know, who's going to help you with your invade.
Right.
You know, those things can really determine the early game.
If X happens, do this just for the first few routes to get the game going, and then it's up to the shot callers, being Xmithy on one side, Bjergsen and Doublelift on the other. Obviously, as Bjergsen said, it's always good to have a voice from everybody on the team if they can give it, everybody at that caliber of play, because information is good. Vision is power, information is power. It's all power. You gotta be powerful, Kobe. Power overwhelming. Hashtag TSM win, hashtag Immortals win. We are heading into game number 2, and Immortals looking confident with a game 1 win.
Yeah, let's see if this will be the classic TSM turnaround, or if Immortals can get an upset victory here and finish off the series. Crowd is definitely behind TSM.
Slightly hovering, but almost not enough. See, in the weeks to come, I feel like that chant will get much louder, especially with the result of the game we are about to see. Here we go, TSM versus Immortals. We are on the Rift. We have switched sides, and we'll see who can get the W on this one. Bit of a mix-up as well. Flame now back on that aggression. Hanser from Fiora to Rumble. Still going to put out some power from the top lane, but like we said, maybe a little more focus from Svenskeren there that time instead of Xmithy to start things off.
Yeah, definitely true. So actually, I haven't watched the Rumble Renekton matchup when Doran's shield has been added to the mix. So it might be a little bit less volatile considering all the extra healing that you do get from that.
Flame's happy about it.
Still definitely tiltable by the junglers, though. And Smithy on one of the classics here for himself, the Gragas. Definitely capable of level 3 plays as well. All right, who's going to make the call for the early Wraith Ward? Smithy's got his defensive one up. But TSM might make the call to run right past it anyways.
Doublelift deciding to go Doran's Blade. Get a little more damage with help picks as well.
Yeah, I feel like Caitlyn is the AD carry still that will not build shield. Everyone else has been converted to shield, but since Caitlyn has that extra long range and wants to make the most of it, and her harassment with those autos, still sticking to the old blade. Shield definitely does help out Cody Sun and all other AD carries that are non-Caitlyn players.
Ooh, that's nice. And a few extra hits on the outer one. Good guy, Pobelter. That's that historical teamwork from these two. That's what you're looking for.
The old CLG members back together again.
Getting it down to a T as they help each other out with camps. Already the back and forth, the support wars going on. There's a few autos from Doublelift's range are able to find Cody Sun.
Ooh, Biofrost gets the dodge though.
We can call each other out on skill shots here. Ole now has control of the brush though. Get it, it's like a cafeteria fight, throwing food at each other.
It's funny also to watch just because both of them, oh, he misses the mantra Q! That's the big one!
You see how much aggression they take just off of that.
Yeah. You also do aim for minions though, by the way, to help with that push for the level 2s. I mean, It's actually funny too to count if they can actually wait so long before damaging that their Spell Thief gets to max stacks and they lose out. Double Lift here actually goes to kill the Blast Cone, but Smithy's there!
Double Lift onto 200 HP. The heal is there, uses it back to 100 now. A few more shots. One left from Cody's son. First blood onto Double Lift and Biofrost running for his life.
So one of the most common things we see is duo lanes that get the push move up to kill that Blast Cone, but it was so late. Smithy that was already there and jumps on the situation. Double Lift goes down for first blood, getting Cody's son off to a great start. Lots of summoners blown down there, but mid lane is the next focus.
Bjergsen hovering top side. Smithy chooses to route inward, so he doesn't find what would be Svenskeren in the jungle, but he may do so already, seeing that his top side is taken. Bjergsen could follow him in for this kill. Smithy got himself into a pretty scary situation, but has that body slam over the wall.
Yeah, I like it there. Svenskeren tries to block off the wall standing in front of Smithy, so if he tried to body slam over, it would just get knocked up. Here's another look at that Blast Cone kill. Perfect timing there for Smithy, and he does not hesitate. Lands the flash there. If Double Lift was going to get away, he would have had to flash super early to deny that body slam flash, which, you know, maybe you could say was necessary.
The Ignite 2 on Cody's son in lane. Biofrost was 1v1ing, so kill pressure lost as well there for Biofrost in this trade. Scryer's bloom from Ole as he returns to lane. Bjergsen teleports back in. Should have that back up before anything too crazy happens on the map. And Immortals start things off pretty hot once again with the help of Smithy.
Yeah. Despite that first blood, though, gold is still very close.
Yep.
Up on the top side, Haunter's got a very sizable lead for himself this early in the game. In the Rumble matchup, let me check on how many extra minions are. There actually aren't too many extra ones for Flame to pick up here and even up those numbers. So Haunter going to hold on to this lead, and he's pressuring well with Rumble early on. Again, until the Hexdrinker comes in for Renekton, it's a little touchy. Smithy, though.
Almost getting that kill. Pobelter low on mana, so he knows he's safe to toy around with Smithy. Svenskeren playing very sound in his mechanics there.
Yeah, trying to work off some power around the mid lane. Galio's pushing in on Pobelter, so Bjergsen should be able to get another wave into this turret and deny some minions. Svenskeren takes that opportunity to slot in behind Flame. Try and work off of both winning solo lanes.
What we expected to see. Flame always having a sixth sense about this, but he may not be able to Ruthless Predator down. Slice and dice immediately. He wastes a Q on Ruthless Predator.
And, well, let's go over the mechanics here as well, because you want to get your point blank slice and dice off. So he stuns him in place, does get the, you know, empowered Q, but stuns him in place just long enough so you are on top of the champion model for the enemy that's ganking you, but he's not damaging you. So you can get your slice off in the same direction that you want to get your dice off. As long as your champion models are touching, you get both charges there, and Flame is able to save his flash.
Resolve onto Biofrost. It should be a good trade between the AD carries. Svenskeren not waiting at all. Flashes are down in the bot lane for Cody's son. Minions are there. Now the Q is blocked. He's waiting to get around. Flash in, gets the Q. Take it all the way home. He says, we have the shields. Let's make the deal.
Oh my goodness, he waits just long enough too. The cooldown comes back up on Safeguard. He had used it to get into position off that ward by Tribush. And a pretty clean kill there for our TSM as Svenskeren able to go under the turret, draw out the Ignite from Ole as well in the process. And the bottom lane strikes back. So Svenskeren moves up, getting around that side. Remember, it was on cooldown here, so I was thinking he was going to smite that minion and go for the long Q, but he doesn't even chance it. He just goes for the E-flash there, gets the kill after waiting. Dashes back out on his Safeguard.
Not much you can do about that, except try and make your own plays. Svenskeren doing a nice job of getting in and out on that one. Let's see if he can keep the fire rolling here as they head towards mid lane. Pobelter gets, I was going to say, baited into another fight there, but the minion wave a little too big. And they're just going to back off. Seems like Bjergsen didn't want the full fight.
A lot more. Pretty good CS advantages for TSM here. Both of their side lanes as well. In addition to Bjergsen, you know, constantly pressuring mid lane and keeping Pobelter under his turret, TSM pretty much have all pushing lanes to work with here to open up space for Svenskeren.
Also helps that Svenskeren, a good early game, knows the lanes are winning, can do things like this with the rest of the team here. They don't have too much vision past what they're doing. And Xmithy could be the one to change this fight up. Bjergsen now getting pinched in by the rest. They're under a turret, but they want the fight anyways. They can take out Cody Sun immediately. A lot of the DPS and only one person tanking the turret means this scenario turns safe after looking like it could be troublesome.
Right, that was a big kill, so they got some money, but unless TSM continue to pressure in and can actually take the turret, it's not the biggest of losses for Immortals, so TSM are sticking around. They want to capitalize on first turret gold.
As well, if they can get anything else out of Immortals, it makes this Mountain Drake a little bit easier. But it seems like too much was wasted on the attempt. Top lane push for the teleport down for Hanser. We'll see how that ends up after seeing this one more time.
They do get this kill on Cody Sun, but look at this. They are planning on using all resources on this play before they even pull it off. So Bjergsen in there with the flash. Hanser also teleporting. All 5 members down here. And they do get the kill. But, you know, Flame shoves in top, and Immortals are able to defend for now. It does heavily weaken the bottom turret, though. And you still have to keep in mind the possibility of trying to go for a big play there in order to get first turret gold.
It's actually something Immortals was doing very well yesterday, even in lane swaps at 7 minutes in the game, lowering turrets, prepping them to be taken down, and they would get these consecutive fights that would just snowball for them. This game kind of getting a taste of their own medicine in that early turret trade here, if it can go down for TSM.
Those CS leads are going to start to turn into items as well. Combat power for TSM.
Oh, over the wall. That's going to be a flash through. Kill from Xmithy and Flame to the top side. These guys are Bash brothers this year.
Yeah. Obviously, TSM wanted to use their push there to go for the invade, but Flame heads right over, and the quick collapse from Immortals earns them a kill in exchange for that red buff. Still, first turret gold ends up going over to the Caitlyn Lulu combo.
Ole low, what a teleport in here. That's going to be Bjergsen if he can get the Justice Punch in. They decide to back out with Pobelter on the fast roam down river. Mid lane now to Immortals.
Whew, yeah, relentless bottom lane focus from TSM, and they are able to capitalize on that objective. Uh-oh, sitting on a ward here, though. Doesn't look like there is any sort of trap that will happen, though, because Immortals have everybody else far away, so no bad things will come to Double F or Biofrost, even though they are sitting on that ward.
Interesting, they just left that wave for Pobelter in mid. Bjergsen actually gets to clean up 2 big ones now. Bot push coming in, 93 to 92, even there, 86 to 64 is Cody Sun falling slightly behind NCS. But Ole has been picking up a bit of those with his autos and soul flares. Looks like they're just scaling up double lift. Lucky for him, he was, well, not lucky for him, but good for him, he was able to actually pick up that kill. They just got onto Cody Sun, so he's not relegated to just assists as the support. Or AD carry, I should say, being a support.
TSM.
And a 2K gold lead for now.
Yeah, they're sitting on the 1.5, but looks like Smithy's heading down bottom again. They're very well the focus down bottom, and almost all members rotating. Teleport is available for Flame, but not for Hanser. Smithy's headed around back. Will they pull the trigger?
Pobelter's actually playing guard between Biofrost and Bjergsen right now. They have just traded spots, so TSM has the way to get down. They have to be careful on the side of Immortals now.
Yeah, every time Bjergsen goes out of vision, he could go to the bottom side. So Smithy out of position.
They could be able to kill Svenskeren very fast. Bjergsen's with the hero's entrance is able now to get Cody Sun. Remember, just got that flash back. He's got to use the summoners to get out, and TSM is trying to huddle for safety under the turret. Flame trying to choose a target. First one is going to be Biofrost. Biofrost goes down to the hands of Pobelter, and Flame is chasing the team out. Scat of the week onto Svenskeren as they take him down, and even without the fast collapse of Pobelter, a great fight from Immortals.
So Haunter's teleport had come off of cooldown during that delay,
right,
but TSM made the call as a team to keep Haunter pushing, and in the end, they are going to trade turret here over as far as the objective, but the extra kills going over to Immortals get them right back into this game. Haunter does stick around, and they will end up getting that turret, but Immortals are pretty happy about the way that one turned out considering.
Kills basically around the board. Ole sticking with the assists, so everybody's going to be able to hit some nice item spikes coming up here towards this 15-minute mark on the game, and gold is completely even.
Now what you have to do is look forward as well, and remember that there is that teleport discrepancy for the next play.
Yep.
All right, so here we think that there's going to be a huge collapse on the Smithy with the Galio, and Bjergsen does come in, but the focus immediately turns on to Svenskeren, and it's a lot of damage. Cody's son does have to end up burning his flash, but again, that teleport looks like it's not on cooldown from the team fight UI here, but that thing is moving very quickly, so not sure which one we can trust. In the end, Flame and Immortals do pick up the extra kills. It went from about a quarter to done very quickly there. Gonna have to call in.
Seeing the Zanya's coming up now for Haunter, waiting for a big equalizer to actually turn one of these fights around. TSM has kept the lanes spread so far until we just saw that kind of foray in the bot lane. Sven Bjergsen holding mid, double lift trying to farm up and get a lead as the 80 carry. Infinity had finished for him against Blade of the Rune King as we start to see these core items come out. Flame with a good push on top. That will just crash into the turret. We'll see if he has any extra time to work around the map.
All right, I confirmed with observers that was a spectator bug for that teleport during the replay. So his teleport was on cooldown. So again, that was a choice. And the second part of this choice, you now have to look into the future. For both teams, they should be planning around what are TSM going to choose to use this teleport advantage that they now have on Haunter for. The bottom side has to be so careful. And it kind of means that because of that last play, this Mountain Dragon is largely in TSM's favor. If Flame shows top at this wave that Haunter just pushed in, TSM and Immortals both know that TSM has a lot of priority there on the bottom side of the map. And if TSM push up those waves, then they could move right into that dragon.
It looks like there's going to be some pressure down there. Contest is slowly coming in. This makes it scary for Immortals. But there's not too much catch potential here on the side of TSM, so Ole is just going to keep vision and let the team work vision towards the top.
Yep, and that dragon pretty much won by the decision TSM make to give up bottom lane, let those kills come through, and they still hold on to the teleport. Plus, Haunter was waiting around Rift Herald. They got the Scuttle Crab, so they don't give Rift Herald over for the Drake, and it's pretty much a pure objective victory there.
Blue buff just taken over by Smithy. He'll hover top side for a moment here with Ole on his backside. Good scuttle grab already by TSM allows them to figure out what's going on in the situation. We saw Haunter do that. So Immortals come up a little bit of nothing there, but get the hold of lead so far. Make sure they grab one of these turrets that they're facing. Get an even bigger one. TSM already has top and bottom down. Once they grab that mid, the wards go forward, and it seems like a team with Haunter being able to fight in the jungle. Everybody coming in on Bjergsen's ultimate. It'd be a scary place to fight on for Immortals.
Yep, TSM have pretty much all their tools ready at the moment. Adaptive Helm done this early for Bjergsen means that he wants so badly to take the Syndra ultimate. If Pobelter ever wastes his ultimate on Bjergsen, it will do very, very little damage. In addition to, you know, reducing each of the sphere damage from his ultimate, he's also got the extra magic shield and has built pure MR. So Pobelter definitely going to look for some other options, whereas Bjergsen can just kind of charge headlong into the fight. Once again, though, TSM have double lift up on top, pushing the wave. Bio and Svenskeren trying to screen in the jungle.
Dark Seal for Ole. I like the idea. A little more healing, a little more damage.
Yeah, you can rack up a lot of assists on champions like Karma, and Janna is one that we would see it on often, you know, the Medjai's Jannas, because they don't die too often, and they get a lot of assists through shields and healing. Same theory here with the ring, and not as big of a cost, because the ring sells back like most regular items instead of the reduced cost of Doran's items selling back.
It's quite nice. No devalue. Slight help for a push there, just going to cause Cobalter one more sphere. Get himself some positioning, and this is Immortals saying, all right, feels like it's been a little quiet on the map. This may be a time to get some wards in, but they do it carefully with a few members of the team here. But to make movement on the top side, Immortals are looking for the top turret.
3 members moving up, but Hanser's recalling right now. Everybody now has teleports ready. A lot of pings going down. They're definitely sniffing out this play. Won't be caught by surprise, as you can see TSM moving their defenses in place. Oh, teleport behind. They're going to go for the pins.
Got to be very careful how much this happens in a choke point. That equalizer is going to be huge this fight. Here comes Hanser, and that is Cody's son kicked right back into the frying pan. Hanser's actually in the pit now with Rift Herald. They may start to focus him. If they get stuck in the pit, it might put Immortals in a bad spot. Equalizer cuts off Flame inside, but he can slice and dice out. Xmithie's the focus, but Bjergsen is just about out of mana. With the hero's entrance, that's about all he has. And TSM is calling off for low health, low mana. Same thing for Immortals.
Whew. 1 kill being traded over here, as a really good focus there from Sven Skaren. He sees Cody's son out of place, goes directly for him with the kick, and they're able to get him with Hanser's flash into the Baron Pit as well. And then even though there's decent terrain for Immortals to take that fight afterward, because their AD carry is down, they don't have the DPS to punish TSM at all, and TSM get away with this single kill. Here's the collapse. Both teleports are used. Sven Skaren goes directly for Cody's son. Gets the dash into the kick. It was a decent interrupt by Xmithie with his Gragas ultimate, so that Sven could not complete his Q, but even so, Hanser flashed over and was able to complete the kill, giving TSM control of this Rift Herald pit.
Very nice way to break this game wide open, as even as has been. Zanya's finished up from that Seeker's arm guard being just a few seconds ago. A big fight there for TSM. Really helps to get some pivotal items in their inventory.
Yeah, and especially for double lift. This Caitlyn is going to put out a tremendous amount of damage here. Early Infinity Edge done. Should be able to complete his seal now. And Hurricane soon to follow.
Quickly put 2 more daggers in. Attack speed abound for double lift at this point. It's actually matching, what, 1.3. Cody, obviously, 1.5 with his Blade of the Rune King. But, like you said, the Infinity Edge is the headshots. If they keep double lift alive with this Lulu comp now, and Bjergsen, Sven Skaren on the front line, does not spell good things for Immortals.
Definitely true. Dragon coming up next will be an Infernal, so this could actually provoke some more fights around the bottom side of the map. That Scuttle Crab becomes more important now. Get some extra speed around the Infernal Drake. Not going to go for it here for Cody's son. Looks like Xmithie will slide in there to get it for Immortals. No focus on the Scuttle Crab. Come on, where's the appreciation? 20 seconds on Infernal Drake. No setup being done here.
So far, mid lane push. That'll re-wave. But I think your Scuttle is going to be left out until the fight happens, Kobe. It might happen over the Scuttle. The result being the Dragon for the win. Here we go. Now they're going to head down. Maybe they're just afraid of it. You're going to have to take it with more members, Kobe. It is dangerous.
But I want to set up this play, because this is something we're looking for. Rift Herald was spawned topside by TSM, so they're trying to draw focus of Immortals away. But because they were so far away and no vision, Immortals just move in and take the Drake. So there is a Rift Herald that TSM left up on the top side that's going to pressure that turret. But Infernal Drake is a big prize that Immortals got. TSM are trading it for multiple turret pressure, though. Will they be able to get up and defend their Herald? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, coming around behind him. Smithy wants to pause this fight. They know that equalizer may be far away for now, and Svenskaren's low. The entrance for Bjergsen, he can obviously stay in here for a bit, and with his movements, says the team is gonna come, but they're going to the top side now, as they have found Flame, and now it's a 4v1 for Bjergsen. Flame's gonna push 3 out himself.
Hanser's teleport this time not on cooldown. They don't even have the option of getting Hanser to even up the numbers in this fight. So Bjergsen going in, he was tanking with no DPS behind him, and Immortals go for the chase.
Oh, it's not gonna stop either. Skull scatter, and there's the piercing arrow from Cody's son, Eagle Eye. Just the last bit of mana, and the blue buff is transferred over as well. Immortals picking up things here and there, and do they now go for Baron? The equalizer can change things here.
Some disastrous mid-game shot calling from TSM, and now they're faced with Immortals on the Baron. They do have the equalizer ready, though.
He's got Azanias as well. Once they pull off, he's got 2 ways to disengage this. There it is. Throws down the red carpet, and we'll see if Immortals wants this one in or out. So far, they're heading home, and Baron stopped by Hanser and the rest of TSM.
Ooh. Yeah, equalizer comes in big there. Double lift is still up, so there's plenty of damage threat, and Immortals know they have to pull off, but TSM do get 1 kill back for themselves. Look at this collapse. Smithy, again, the playmaker here, goes right in for the team. They don't hesitate, and Bjergsen's tanking, but there's no way they can fight their way out of that 4 versus 5. Hanser pushing on the bottom lane, no teleport available, so Bjergsen, as tanky as he is, 4 versus 1, just not the odds he would like.
It's good to see you take that long to go down. Then your team can kind of assess that next fight if you do go in and they're with you.
Look
but
at
yeah,
this play,
it
though.
Does not end. The 1-2 punch.
And stun afterwards from Pobelter to set up that snipe. In the end, though, it was just 2 kills, right? They killed Bjergsen, and then they got that 1 snipe on Svenskaren, so TSM running around the map a bit, but it wasn't the biggest of deal that went over to Immortals. The big thing was the Infernal Drake that they got to pick up there beforehand.
Back from base, spending all that gold. Hurricane now, or Runans, yep, finished up for double lift, as well as a fast QSS there right after. Keep himself as safe as possible. And that Runans was finished up with Cody's son at the same time, so the AD carries all doing a bit of different DPS in different ways, matching in those item spikes. And again, even gold here. Top turret keeps pushing back towards Immortals. Flames had to respect that. If they can get this mid or top down, Immortals will be in a much better position.
Cody's son does have flash, but he's a little bit exposed at the moment. I want to give a little bit more respect to the TSM engage.
It's like, yeah? What else?
Yeah, we're both actually running a little bit low on mana, so Immortals should play defensively here. They do have Flame splitting bottom with teleport available, trying to get their side wave pushing. At the moment, TSM have some good items completed, with Doublelift getting his Quicksilver Sash on top of his core combination of the crit multipliers there. Has a possibility of out DPSing Cody's son in the fight, but Smithy's been very good with his engages, so still has to watch out there.
It's a big stalemate now. Team's going to be afraid to fight each other until that one big objective comes up. Right now it's Vision. Oh, nice denial of damage there. A little fun between the junglers as they start getting more wards deeper in. Pobelter knows he may have to come back in a second. He's going to meet Bjergsen in the jungle.
Yeah, 2v1 for Pobelter on the top side. It looks like he decided to take it.
Very, very risky for Pobelter to kick away, but the Q had already hit, so Resonating Strike can't come through. Bjergsen now in a 2v1. The damage is following through, and you remember the Adaptive Helm slows some of it, but there's still enough members of Immortals once again here. As Bjergsen and the team get themselves into a messy fight, Hanser Zanias is going to allow Doublelift in the fight. He's on the outside. Flame flashes forward, but he gets knocked away from the explosive cast. Doublelift still alive, trying to kite the fight, but he goes down. And Immortals are just on every member of TSM.
TSM spread out again, and they just get completely destroyed this time around. There is no DPS up. It's only up to Svenskaren.
Yeah.
Can he pull off a miracle steal? They can't win the fight, so it's just about They're not even going to risk it. Not even going in. That will be Baron for Immortals.
They don't have their wards or trinkets. The sweeper's down. It would cost them even more if these two were to fall. Immortals take a 27-minute Baron. And we'll see the fight again.
Oh my goodness, Immortals just coming out to play.
Pobelter look dead to rights here.
Dodges the Q with his Ghost, so the extra damage isn't there. And it buys time for Flame to come in. Even though the Adaptive Helm reduces the ult damage, Flame is doing physical, and he's able to finish up the kill here with the extra Ignite from Olay roaming, and then Smithy once again. Immortals slightly quicker on the rotation to this team fight. Able to pick him out, then double lift nets backwards into the team. It didn't really matter, but it is a little bit of a fumble. All right.
Now onto a Dragon, very scary. They bring themselves into a 50-50 fight after getting Baron. Hopefully, Immortals want this to go in their favor, and if Smithy goes down immediately, Flame on the backside makes TSM move a little differently, but they get into a good position here to see the fight once again. And they do lose a Baroned up member on the side of Immortals.
Yeah, Smithy smites as he's dying, able to secure the second Inferno, which is very big for Immortals. TSM almost able to move in and steal that one, but denied once again.
Fight after fight. We're just going to be in replay mode the rest of the game. Let's go.
All right, they're charging up for it. Svenskeren moves in. It's pretty much an even contest here. But Smithy, right before he dies, gets it off.
The pivotal smite, feeling comfortable on this Gragas, feeling comfortable on this Immortal squad recently, and what a showing here the first week as they continue now with a game over TSM to push down mid. Bjergsen coming through the backside. Here's the teleport in. Remember, his initiation is the Duran taunt. Justice Fist onto Pobelter. He has no way out. Flash not even used because he didn't have time.
That is a big kill for TSM. Let's see what they can do with it. Baron buff is still going to empower these minions and impede the press here of TSM as they try and get the turret afterwards, but that is a big amount of the wave clear of Immortals. Cody's son now is going to have to do most of the work on the minions. Baron not speeding up the minions. There goes Sven.
Double kick. Looks like Flame could be the next one. Slice out. He does have a bit of that rage, so he can get a good heal back on Cole. Smithy on the right side, but Svenskeren ready to go in with the team, ready to get more, and if they had capitalized there, Baron would have been a waste for Immortals.
Yeah, TSM really wanted to prize some more advantages out of that teleport, but as good as that play looked, it was only one kill going over back to their side.
Things settled down again the side of Immortals. They're just going to clean up these camps.
What a series here from Immortals. Pretty much everybody expecting them to come in here and have a very rough time with the TSM. Bringing double lift back, starting out the split very strong so far. But man, Immortals, so much cleaner.
So the thing I mentioned yesterday at the end of the day is, you think with changes and coming into teams that it might alter that first 5 weeks for them, put them in maybe an even 500 position or not allow certain types of wins. But here to see Immortals come and be able to take a game possibly off of TSM, already have their first victory.
So TSM saw that Pobelter was on the bottom side and they really wanted to force that fight, but unable to grab anybody because the flashes are down, and Pobelter is able to roam back up, so that opening closes a bit there for TSM.
Pobelter looking for clearing. The team confident that they can hopefully protect these wards as well as place them down. Bjergsen's going to be the hit here just to give him a bit of a distraction. However, Hansar and the rest of the team may want this equalizer used over on 2 members as the turret goes down, but Immortals is now able to roam behind the rest of TSM. Hansar doesn't want to fully enter the fight with Svenskeren and Bjergsen. And now again, they are stretched. Pobelter on the backside of the fight. Double lift goes down immediately, even with wild growth. And now they're trying to recuperate. Bjergsen coming in as Svenskeren and Hansar die at the same time. Bjergsen's now on the ground. And Immortals come out huge from the top lane fight.
4 kills, and they're going to look to take an inhibitor off of this one.
It's 40 seconds, Kobe. They got a wave right there.
They might even go for some Nexus turrets after this. 25 seconds on double lift. Biofrost used the wild growth on himself, but it wouldn't have mattered. They got obliterated in that fight.
Looks like they're just gonna go for this. Trying to hit one out. On the other side is Biofrost, but Nexus turrets now, 20 seconds, 8 on the double lift. They could be going for it. A focus coming in from Ole onto Biofrost to lock him down. That's the damage onto the Nexus. Immortals in 2 games takes down TSM.
What an upset from Immortals, 2-0, the defending champions. Who won the trade now?
It was a question, wasn't it? We'll see what Twitter has to say about that one. But wow, what a game coming in from all of the members of Immortals, from top to bottom, flame-making moves. Cody, Sun, and Ole in the bot lane as well to hold off Double Lift and Biofrost and Pole Belter as well, seeming a bit more energized this split. Now they all have Xmithy on the team.
Yeah, I mean, so rarely do you actually feel like both teams got advantages out of a trade.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, can't both win. Both of them are finding a lot of success, and it really does look to be the case.
They got their cake, their ice cream, and they can eat it all.
That man right there, no hesitation. Great Gragas play, big initiation.
The stunt and the rest of the guys.
Incredible to see the resurgence of the happiness in this team. You know, the atmosphere definitely looks a lot better.
Absolutely. I mean, you go from the split they had in the beginning to not being able to find that result again. It's kind of just ripped out from under you like a rug, and then you're able to find it back, a few small changes. And it seems like there's something they can latch onto here with why this is happening. It's not a, oh man, they're coming in good, but it seems like there's no real reason to it. There is a reason to it this time, and they can keep advancing on that. TSM with a victory and a loss coming in to the start of the split here. Seems like those late game fights that they used to have so much prowess in is where they're being kind of discombobulated.
Yeah, a lot of rotations across the map. Very quick and clean from Immortals.